What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is for the Emperor's Assassin, which is a very strong one bar gank build, bow build specifically, and it hits like an absolute truck, as with most my builds do, but this one in particular, the penetration is so high and the weapon damage is still pretty high that you can pretty much cut through a lot of enemies even if they're tanky. Yesterday I made a game clip video showing how powerful it is. I've got a battlegrounds of 26-0 on this, so it's certainly strong. I'll also include the clips at the end of this video. So we'll jump straight into the skills first. So we are using the usual setup, which is Relentless Focus, which is not the morph that hits the hardest, but this will stack your weapon and spell damage up to 5 times. Fully charged heavy attacks will stack it quicker. The spec bow still hits fairly hard, but it's not as strong as the other one, but I use this for the extra stacks of weapon and spell damage. We have the Shrewd Offering, which is your massive burst heal, also pushes your max magicka up. Always have this slotted. We are using Focused Aim. As you get more range, it deals physical damage, and you also get 3k a minor breach. We are running Concealed Weapon for the off balance. You get the Major Expedition from this. So you don't get the Major Expedition, you get the Major Berserk, but while you're under the effects of it, you get the Berserk, and you also get Minor Expedition slotted while you're having it slotted, and it also hits really hard as well. Next patch, this is being buffed as well, so you're losing the Major Berserk, but they're buffing Concealed Weapon itself, so this is probably going to be like a really powerful spammable. It is already, so have that slotted. You've got Shadowy Disguise for your cloak, of course. And we're using Flawless Dawnbreaker, not the other one, as when you activate this, your weapon and spell damage will go up by 300 for 20 seconds. Make sure you have all your class passives slotted, all your bow passives slotted, all your medium armour slotted. I'm just going to check, I think there might be one piece, I think there is light armour, so make sure you have all your light and medium. There's no heavy on the build, so just have all your light and medium passives. Make sure you have all your vampire passives needed, particularly the Strike from the Shadows for your extra weapon and spell damage. Make sure you have your Fighter's Guild passives slotted as well. Make sure you have your Undaunted passives slotted if you can. Your Assault and Support lines. I'm running a Khajiit, but you can run a Dark Elf, High Elf as well. You'll get more weapon and spell damage, just a little less crit. It's not going to make a massive difference. Might be slightly better as flat damage. Medicinal use for your pots to last a bit longer. So we'll go straight into the sets now. I wasn't a fan of this at first, but I found it to be very strong. It's a lot better than what it says on paper, and that is the Veteran's Perfected Bow. You don't have to have the perfected, you can just have the normal version, because the perfected version just adds another line of 100 weapon damage. It's not really a lot, it's just a little nice extra. I've got a weapon damage enchantment on this to boost it by another 350. Go Sharpened for extra penetration. And what this does is it increases your damage of snipe based on how close you are from the target. So if you're at maximum range, you can get a 33% damage bonus. The snipes hit mega hard, and that is what we're buffing everything around. Even if you're at minimum range and you're really far away, you're still getting a 5% damage bonus, so don't worry, even at range it still hits hard. It's just the closer you are, the better it is. But you don't have to be constantly close, you can just it's nice for battlegrounds when you're up close and personal, but like I said, even from range you'll still hit really hard. We're running a light battle, guys, in Divines. Everything's Divines max magicka, by the way. The chest is a Shattered Fate. We're running 5 pieces of Shattered Fate for the 8000 offensive penetration. We're running a Balorg shoulders, a Shattered Fate belt, a Shattered Fate braces, guards, boots. And remember, it's all medium, all max magicka, all divines, apart from one piece light. It doesn't have to be the head, it can be the shoulders. It's probably more optimal to have it as the shoulders, but it's not going to make a huge difference. And the great thing about Shattered Fate is that it's craftable, so you don't need to run tons of light as optimally. I don't think light is the way to go on a ganking build per se, as the Shattered Fate, the medium will give you more. The more medium you have, the more movement you have, the more damage you're going to have, and the more crit you're going to have. All light gives you is crit chance and pen, and obviously because you're getting huge amounts of pen from all other sources, I think one light is fine. You can even run all medium, but I think you're just having a light is just nice. We've got the Witch Knight amulet. I'm only running 2 pieces of that, just for 1 line of weapon and spell damage. It's infused. All these jewellery is infused with weapon damage enchantment. Witch Knight's ring, and of course the Oaken Soul ring. So the character stats unbuffed. So let's see you've got 32,000 max magicka, which is really good, so you can spam your heals all day long, you can spam your cloak all day long. The stamina recovery is not too bad. Let's just pop a potion just to show you. It's okay, it's 1400 stamina recovery and 1100 mag, it's okay. The health is pretty reasonable. 26k for a gank, that's pretty good. The maximum stamina is okay. Like I said, the penetration even at base is around 17k, but this will escalate to when you have the Balorg procs. Let's just go over here quickly. So we just build it up and I'll show you. The snipes are hitting super hard, but even though the stamina's low, you can see you can spam it quite a lot before you really run dry, so it's fine. A lot of people are concerned when I don't stack into stamina, but I think magicka is the way to go. You can stack into stamina, it's not an issue if you want to. If you don't like the magicka setup I run, that is fine. Right, so let's see if we can just do a little showcase. So yeah, the pen is at 29k plus your the minor breach has 3k on, so 32k. I'm not sure if the pen is correct. Yeah, so it's not 17 base, it should be 20 the base, I believe. So it goes around 35k I've seen on the stat sheet, or not 35, 33k should I say, 32k sorry, and add the 3k from the skill, the focused aim, so you get 35k pen. So if someone's even max capping their armour, say they're at 33k pen, with they're nice and tanky, you're still going over cap. So you're gonna, everything you throw is gonna go right through. And the champion points, if you want to run it out of BGs or Imperial City and the main ones, I would recommend Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, and of course your Backstabber. The red CP, I'd have the Celerity for the movement speed, is lovely. Bastions to cut through damage shields. Rejuvenation, Bounties of Ice, you can play around with these if you want to. That's how I like it set up. And of course the green ones I would recommend definitely have the liquid efficiency on, and your Steed's Blessing are the number two are the ones you must have. Obviously, because potions, you're going to go through tons of potions, so make sure you have that on. And obviously the Steed's Blessing for your movement speed rate. And all the others are sort of just preference. You can have Rationer, but it's not really a major thing. Yep, and like I said, this build will probably hit around 8k. I think it hits around 8k. With continuous, it will go beyond that. It'll probably hit about 8.2 possibly with all your Cyrodiil buffs. So you know, don't worry about the stats not looking too crazy now. They certainly go up. The crit damage is at 102%. So even though you've built really high into pen and fairly high into the weapon damage, the critical damage is still there. So we've got a lovely balance. But this build is more focused on penetrating through enemies with silly high pen. And like I said, with this, the snipe is really gonna go through players. And I'll just quickly say that we've got the Bewitched Sugar Skulls. You can run. There's the other one I've got it on the character. I forget what it's called. Okay, I haven't got it on the character. It's the Max Magicka and Magicka Recovery. It's like a skull one. I can't remember what it's called. But I'll personally just go Bewitched Sugar Skulls just for the bigger bars, because I find that if you use one that doesn't give you extra health, your health goes down to about 17k, which is still fine, it works, but I just feel like you're not as tanky and you can't go as toe to toe as much. So I would certainly recommend Bewitched Sugar Skulls is probably your go-to. So I think that's everything. And obviously your Mundus, I've got the Lover for the extra penetration. You can go crit if you feel the pen is sufficient, but I really want to punch her through people, so I feel like the actual game, the pen route, you know, focusing on pen, I have found to be the most effective on a bow build. I think 35k is probably the absolute maximum you need to go. You can go beyond that, but you have to make sure that obviously the weapon damage is still there and the crit bonus is still there. And like I said, because you're running most medium, you are very, very agile, and especially with the celerity, so you can really look, even in cloak, you know, you're very, very mobile. It's a, you know, very easy to play build. I'll show the rotation. There's not really much of a rotation as it's very, very simple. So I'll just quickly show you. I'll just build it up just so I get enough ultimate. But, I mean, anyone that hasn't got enough resistances and they're sort of very low health, they are going to be gone in almost one hit. It's just, you know, the pen is so high. Like I said, you know, 15k physical damage, you know, because it will go through them. It will literally probably hit you. You know, you'll hit players. I've hit people with snipes and that 15k, because it's literally, you're getting the full damage from the actual skills. So if you see an enemy, I'll do a little roll dodge. Just make sure your major berserkers come up here. There he is there. And then you just can go into a heavy attack and snipe. And do a spec bar if you want to stay from range. Or that's one way of doing it if you want to keep your distance. You don't want to get in too far. But of course, if you do want to get up close and personal and get the maximum damage and you're feeling crafty, just roll in, drop your Dawnbreaker and then snipe them, light attack sniping. You know, drop a little Relentless if you can, and just try and stay close to them, you know, to get the maximum damage. And with the Vampire, I would recommend at least, well, obviously stage 2 to just get the damage bonus. Stage 3 if you just want to get the undeaths to make yourself a little bit more tankier, because like I said, if you're getting enemies, you can easily stay around your enemy, and I've just been holding blocks, spamming heals. You know, you can really take a beating. It's surprising, you know, even though you've got obviously nothing into resistances, as I'll show you. you know, 17k, 16k resistances. You've got no critical resistance, you know, very low. But you'll be surprised, you know. So if you're in trouble, you know, I've gone toe to toe with a few people holding block. You can spam heals to support the team. You know, just keep that block up. You know, you can roll dodge fast, and then, you know, you can almost, you know, have a bit of fun, and then you can roll away, and you're so agile. You know, they won't even know where you've gone once you get used to this build. So I said you've got high mobility, high damage, high penetration, high critical damage. You've got powerful heals, and like I said, you can also go Vampire Stage 4 if you really want to push it, because you get the invisibility. Just going to show you that. I don't normally do this, but you can. It's not a problem. Yeah, it reduces the cost of sprint at Stage 4, so you can run a lot more, and you also will become invisible, so that is very nice. I probably wouldn't recommend to go to 5. Oh no, sorry, you can't go to Stage 5, that's the ultimate. But just be wary that the higher stage you do go, it does make your regular ability cost more. So if you're at Stage 2, you're only going to get a 5% increase, it's not noticeable. The Stage 3 with the 8% is slightly noticeable, and that's what worries me about Stage 4, is that you're getting a 12% cost increase. So just be mindful of that. You know, I would recommend probably to go to Stage 4 if you're comfortable with that, but obviously drop it down if you're having sustain issues. You know, like I said, do the odd heavy attack as well, because as you can see, even a heavy attack, you know, is still going to hit reasonably hard. You know, it's not weak by any means, so you don't have to do light attacks, heavy attacks, light attacks. But yeah, that is the build. 35k pen, you're going to go through most people, unless they're super tanky, and even tanky players. I've dropped tanky wardens with this at, like, you know, 36k health, with really strong heals, and they think they can tank through it, and I've actually cut through them. I've cut through Arcanists with this, with all their crazy shields and that, so don't think this is only just for squishy players and they're gone. You can obviously still need the element of surprise, try and be behind them if they're expecting it, but I've even, like I said, I've put people down that are even expecting it, and they think, oh, I can take your arrows. Well, you know, sometimes they can't. It is very damaging. So the Emperor's Assassin, that is the build, guys. I don't think I've missed anything, but if you've got any comments, just drop them below in the video comments section, and just drop this video a like if you enjoy the build. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got lots more coming. I've got plenty more for the PvP event that's ongoing at the moment. I'm going to have many more guides and builds, all sorts of stuff coming. And another thing, if you would, I have a membership as well. It's nice and cheap if you'd like access to that and to support me further. You'll get access to my build videos a bit quicker. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.